All right, well, today we have an exceptional treat for you. We are meeting with Nicole Miller, who is, in my mind, pretty much the queen of lifestyle at this point. She now has a line of furniture. We're going to hear from her about her line and what inspired her.
It's nice to be here.
So talk to us about how you decided to move on to a line of furniture from all the other wonderful things you obviously do.
Well, I've been expanding a lot of areas from the clothing for a while, and we started out with a line of bedding and towels, and we have all that, and it just seemed like the natural extension. And so when I met with people from Excelsior, and I loved their product and what they did, and they seemed like a really great company to partner with for the furniture.
It seems like it really fits in well with your sort of New York chic, which is what I've always sort of thought of you as. It really does tie in with everything else that you do. It's synonymous with your clothes and everything else, and it's exceptional.
The fabrics really relate to my clothing a lot. I mean, I always have the skin prints like I do in the clothing. You know, I always have like a giraffe and a leopard and things like that. And so that's always visible in the selection of fabrics that I have for the furniture as well.
Years ago, when I was at Florida State as an undergraduate, I was a theatrical and costume design major, and I remember very frustratingly asking one of my professors one day, like, how do you know what your style is? How do you know this? And he said, you just do a lot of work. And I remember that because now that I look at what you have here, it seems like you've got this complete circle. Like if I were to take, let's say, your last two collections and just line them all up and intersperse it with a chair, an ottoman, a table, it's like all of a sudden your hand is all over it. And it's like your sense of style has come full circle. And she's right, you are sort of like the queen of lifestyle now.
And you know, it's interesting, but I can't always articulate that, but then it's evident when you do look at it together. Mm-hmm. And you know, sometimes I get there without, it's sort of intuitive, I think is what I'm saying, that it's more of an intuition rather than I'm saying, oh, I'm going to make that line curve in that way. I do it, and then it comes out the way, you know, so that it looks like it's got my stamp on it. Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming you sort of design your clothes for things that you'd like to wear, and is this the kind of furniture that you'd like to have in your house?
Oh, and yes, absolutely, and I already have my first piece. I got the wall unit over there, which I love that piece. It looks so great in my house.
What's your favorite piece in the whole collection?
Well, that is my favorite piece because it's the first one I've got. But you know, I absolutely love the couch that you're sitting on. I think it's great. And
this couch is dead cool.
I mean, I have so many favorites, and I love that new gold set in the front. That's the gold printed burlap. And
is that what this is? Burlap as well? Or is that some type of linen?
It's like silver printed burlap. Yeah, this is the same fabric actually as the gold in the front, only the silver version of it.
See, I think that's
and that really comes from apparel too, because this has been a big trend in clothing, has been this printed metal fabric.
Absolutely.
It's funny that you see a feminine side. I see some really strong masculine tones in here too. So clearly it could go either way. I mean,
yeah, I think that. I mean, I think a man could like live with this furniture quite easily because there are like dark woods, and I think men tend to like dark woods.
My next question is, what can you possibly do next?
Well, I have a perfume coming out in the spring, and we're also reissuing my old perfumes. So they're going to be resurrected, and so I'm excited about that because people have been, you know, emailing us for years. When are you going to bring your perfumes back? So they're coming back, and then the whole new one. So that's the next big thing on the agenda. And then for fall 2009, we have a huge sportswear line coming out.
Thank you so much for meeting with us. We really appreciate it, and we're looking forward to see. Yeah, exactly.